My name's Token D Rock here with another stream slash video. It is Thursday, May 26th. Time is 10:16 a.m. if you're watching it live. Overall crypto market cap is sitting not too far from where it was the other day. It's sitting at $1.232 trillion. Bitcoin dominance has climbed a bit more. It's sitting at 45.4%, while ETH dominance is sitting at 18.2%. Bitcoin is sitting right around 29.3, 29.4, has come down past 24 hours just a bit. Went as low as I believe 28.2. Ethereum's come down a bit. It's chilling between $1,800 and $1,900. BNB right around 310, 315. Cardano under 50 cents. Solana right around $45. Again, some decent times to be DCAing into these projects, as I discussed the other day. Only focusing mainly on Bitcoin, Ethereum, some BNB, and some Solana for the time being. I look at them as relatively safe plays. So I thought I'd show the Terra USD chart, or the UST chart, just to show you guys how much this token's come down here in the past month. Look at this. It went as low as 30 cents. We tried to get pegged back up to $1. It failed right around above 80 cents. Ultimately, it's been sitting right around 5 to 10 cents since then. Not a good look for stable coins. This was supposed to stick to $1 and not deviate. Another thing I wanted to point out is Tether USDT went as low as roughly like 97 cents on the 12th, kind of around the same time this whole ordeal happened with Terra USD or UST and Luna. So was that part of the coordinated attack? Were they trying to depeg USDT entirely, just like they did with UST? I don't know, but I just thought I would bring this up because a lot of people were banking on this for their stable coins because it had a high APY, like 20%, I believe. And just the other day, kid you not, I see this over on Instagram. Let's inspect this. 19.5%. It's a little fishy if you ask me, guys. I'm not saying it they're not going to pay out those rewards, but again, when you're chasing yields above 10%, 10 to 12%, I think you start taking on a lot of risk, but that's just me, not financial advice. Everything you hear in today's video is education. Sorry, it's for education and entertainment purposes only. Hopping over to the Bitcoin 1 minute chart, we can see here in the past few hours, Bitcoin did have a mini shakeout, so to speak. We were sitting above yesterday, constantly, basically below 30K. And then ultimately, because we couldn't find support above 30K, the bears were able to drive the price action back down to roughly 29,000 at first, and then they drove it down all the way below 28,200. So if you had some limit orders right around 28,250, probably filled. But Bitcoin is back above 29,000 line of support. And then looking at the 1 hour chart, as you can see, we still have this kind of asymmetrical triangle. Now remember, sorry, not asymmetrical, symmetrical triangle. Remember, it has a 54% chance to break out to the upside. We can see this wick. A few of these candles actually kind of deviate the pattern. So if we really wanted to, we'd probably redraw this or something just a little bit, but then it gets kind of messy. So I don't know, like, I guess kind of invalidates that whole symmetrical triangle. Looking at the 1 day chart, Bitcoin looks to be forming some sort of bear flag. That it's not looking too good, you guys. Basically, we would like to get somewhere up in this region just to kind of we'd like to see a little relief rally to kind of get out of this bear flag zone. Because if we stay in the zone, it's inevitable that we do break lower to like 24,100 or below that. Again, not trying to scare you guys, but you guys have to be prepared for that scenario. Again, Bitcoin is in its like ninth week now. It hasn't been determined. We'll find out Sunday whether we close in the green or the red, but it's not looking too good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks of a downtrend. It's pretty much unheard of. So I think we will see a bounce of some sorts here. That's not to say we can't go down for another 2, 3 weeks or whatever. We have a bearish sentiment. That's entirely possible. We could go. Some people are calling for $8,000 to $10,000 Bitcoin. I don't think we will go that low. I think maybe we might break a little bit below 20K, but who knows? Basically, the focus of today's video is how polarization in the United States is going to increase and accelerate the adoption of crypto. I was just looking at some articles a few weeks ago, and I eventually wanted to make a video on that, and that's why I'm making this. So, on one hand, you have the Democrats, like Biden, saying that they see a new threat, ultra MAGA Republicans. They're considered extremists and stuff, and it kind of plays in the whole Ray Dalio's principles of the changing world order about how um, both factions or the two sides get more and more extreme as time goes on. They get more cutthroat. Their their tactics, of course, get a bit more extreme, get more radical. So this could just be a nothing burger, but you do have um, Mr. Biden, Mr. President, calling Trump supporters super MAGA or ultra MAGA supporters, and there's already been people like making money off of this. They're making shirts that say ultra MAGA, and then it goes along with the "Let's Go Brandon" chant that many Trump supporters have started chanting in opposition to Mr. Joe Biden. And again, internal conflict. We have an audit finds half of Mr. Joe Biden's Twitter followers are fake. Nearly half of President Biden's 22.2 million Twitter followers are bogus, a new audit revealed. The audit, which was done for the social media giant by software firm SparkToro, found that 49.3% of the president's followers are fake followers, according to Newsweek. SparkToro has defined fake followers as accounts that are unreachable and will not see the account's tweets either because they're spam, bots, propaganda, etc., because they're no longer active. It's interesting to note that Tesla CEO Elon Musk, who is attempting to buy Twitter, has expressed concern over the growing number of fake accounts, proposed potential crackdown on the sham accounts. Musk said he believes that 20% of all Twitter accounts are fake and vowed to not go through with his $44 billion purchase of the social media giant until the issue is resolved. And basically, he wants to show that there's less than 5% of bots on Twitter, and the Twitter CEO has refused to show that information. And this whole potentiality of half of Joe Biden's followers over on Twitter being fake or bots, propaganda, spam accounts, whatever. It's again, it fuels the internal conflict because uh, just like back in 2016 when Mr. Trump won, Mrs. Clinton and a few other people accused of Trump colluding with Russia. That's been proven at this point to be not factual. Actually, her lawyer went to the FBI and basically put some words in their ears and basically was like, "Yeah, I'm coming to you in good faith. Go investigate." they found some things with the Mueller report, but it's not it. There's nothing directly tying Trump colluding with Russia. But I'm not here to pick sides on that. But again, just like there was talks of, um, you know, the election being rigged, the election being rigged back then. There was talks of this time, but the reverse. Mr. Trump was saying that the election was rigged. Rules were changed in the light of C-19 that allowed certain activities to be acceptable that normally wouldn't be acceptable. Again, I'm not here to pick sides, but again, kind of this whole thing kind of fuels the narrative. Well, if your guy is the most popular president, in history in the US, why do you need 10 million fake accounts? And so it fuels people like this guy who's saying, gets really riled up, illegitimate sack of SHIT, 81 million votes, and had to fake 20 million followers. What an absolute joke. I don't know where he got 20 million. It's quite the reach. We were looking at 10 million, which is still a lot, but definitely not 20 million. Another thing that's kind of sparking up right now is 3-week-old Biden disinformation task force was paused. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security has paused a controversial task force on disinformation. Critics pilloried the Disinformation Governance Board when launched 3 weeks ago, warning that it would be used to censor free speech. On Wednesday, its director, Nina Jankowicz, resigned, citing vile personal attacks and physical threats. In a statement, Ms. Jankowicz said the board's future was uncertain. Task force has sparked a massive outcry, largely from the right, but also from civil society, ever since its creation on April 27th. DHS officials said the board was intended to coordinate and standardize its disinformation-related work, ensuring it protects free speech, civil rights, civil liberties, and privacy. These guys basically say that DHS has a poor track record on issues of privacy and free speech rights. Republicans, both moderate and further right, have also expressed concern that the board's work, which is taking place under Democratic administration, could be weaponized against conservatives. Critics have derived the board as the Ministry of Truth from George Orwell's dystopian novel 1984. It's interesting that she actually kind of squashed the whole narrative about Mr. Biden's laptop being real or not. She kind of was like, oh, that's just fake news. That's just fake news coming from the right, to make Joe Biden lose potentially the election. And many other media outlets kind of towed that line. Again, not picking sides. I think that's wrong that they did that. Again, I'm not here to pick sides, but again, as you can see, we already printed a massive amount of money. We probably will continue to do so unless the Fed continues its hawkish policy. I don't think it will, because it will send us spiraling into a really bad recession. I don't think they want that, because then that's admitting the cat's out of the bag. We effed up, and now we're going to try everything we can to fix things. So inevitably, I think there will be potentially a revolution of some sorts. I don't think it'll be like civil war, anything big like that, but I think there'll be a lot of inner fighting, which is kind of like what Mr. Dalio talks about in this whole principles for dealing with the changing world order. And also you have wars going on like with Ukraine and stuff like that. So, and the U.S., along with many other Western nations, are directly tied to that with all the aid that they're giving, whether it's, food, supplies, or weapons. We are kind of spreading ourselves thinner and thinner, a lot of inner fighting. And just to kind of sum up potentiality of like why this is kind of messed up, the whole DHS making a disinformation board, is because like listen to this, okay?
Okay, very troubling video.
Information laundering is really quite ferocious. It's when a huckster takes some lies and makes it sound precocious by saying them in Congress or a mainstream outlet. Disinformation's origins are slightly less atrocious.
So she's singing about disinformation and to stamp it out. She's singing. Look at her face. You can't make this up. She's a mental case. Now let's want to hear. Let's get the.
All right, you get the point. It's kind of troubling that this lady who's making TikTok videos and her track record is not the best. It's kind of troubling that she may be potentially heading the task force. I mean, I believe she resigned, so but they will potentially find someone with similar thinking. So again, not to pick sides, but I think we need to tread lightly and be careful when new task forces are made at the drop of a hat, especially considering everything else. Like this came out. You had Elon Musk talking about how half the supporters on or sorry, half the people on, or like 20% of the people on Twitter are bots. And then you have Joe Biden talking about ultra MAGA people and stuff like that. It's a lot of inner fighting going on. It's a big attempt for censorship. Again, not picking sides, but I'm anti-censorship. I think censorship is ultimately wrong, and I think it does more harm than good because it's all fine and dandy when your side or the people you like are in power, but the second the other party takes power and changes the rules a bit, then you're kicking and screaming. So I think it's best to just not censor, but that's just me. What do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments section. We're all in this together. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, the stream. If you're over on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to be notified when we go live next. I am sorry I didn't upload the past 2 days. I had some teeth issues. Basically, the surgery didn't go as planned, and it's not healing properly, so I'm probably going to have to go back in tomorrow and get it fully fixed. But yeah, sorry. Next week, I'll try and do 3 videos. That's the goal. But until then, hopefully you guys have a great day. I got some links down below, so please check them out. Earn up to 3% over on the BlockFi Visa Signature Rewards card on everyday purchases for the first 3 months. After that, 1.5%. It doesn't sound like much, but those Satoshis are really going to count in the long run, you guys. Moving forward, there's going to be a huge supply shock for Bitcoin here in the next probably 3 to 10 years. So get stacking. If you want to earn some Bitcoin over on Voyager, all you got to do is deposit $100 with my link, get trading. Within a few weeks, they deposit $25 of Bitcoin in your account. You can earn up to $10 in USD. Over on Binance, same ordeal, deposit $100, trade. But that about does it for today, guys. I will see you Monday. Take care and invest wisely.